Hello and Merry Christmas. This is Dan, and before we get into this year's Retro Hour annual Christmas Super Quiz, I just want to take a quick moment to give a massive thank you to you, our amazing listeners, for supporting us and being with us every week throughout 2022, as this is our final show of the year. Like we always do, we're taking the week between Christmas and New Year off, but of course we will be back with more incredible guests in the new year. And before we get into the quiz, just a quick reminder that the Retro Hour podcast is brought to you every week with our amazing friends at Bitmap Books. Now, quick question, did you ever manage a perfect landing on Pilot Wings? Well, you can check it out in their book, The Unofficial SNES Pixel Book. This gorgeous 272-page book chronicles the pioneering games of the 16-bit Super Nintendo. So you can check that out, treat yourself to a Christmas present, and the rest of their retro gaming books at bitmapbooks.com. And we thank them for their support throughout the year. Right then, on with this year's quiz.
Welcome to the annual Retro Hour Christmas quiz. It's the Ollie and Paul Takeover edition. My name's Paul Drury. I write for Retro Gamer Magazine and Edge, and I also co-host the Ted Dabney Experience podcast. And I'm joined by
Oliver Wilmot. I do a video games podcast at the Dice Cup here in Nottingham.
And we'd like to start by congratulating the Retro Hour team. We understand that you've just had a book backed on Kickstarter. I hear the working title is Legend Quest, Our Struggle to Finally Beat Ollie and Paul at a Video Game Quiz. That is going to be the title, we assume?
Well, we decided because we couldn't beat you guys, we'll just have you hosting the quiz this year. So that kind of solves the problem.
You did. Okay, well, it looks like you're playing this one for bragging rights between yourselves. Now, we know that one of the teams is Dan and Joe, but we understand that Ravi has actually brought in a ringer.
Yeah.
Is this true, Ravi?
Yeah, I've bought in the big guns today. No.
Miyamoto? Have you got
Miyamoto? No, I've got Mike Dailly. So if we do get a DMA Designs round, then
Dailly,
wow.
cool.
Hello, Mike.
Hello.
We played your games. They're great.
Thank you.
Let's go. I wonder if there'll be any of his games in the quiz.
I look forward to the Lemmings round now.
Actually, hopefully, yeah.
Oh, wow. God, if we're right. Okay, anyway, this quiz is 9 rounds. We're going to alternate. Ollie's is going to be more traditional question-based ones.
Yes.
Mine in between will be, let's just say, a little bit more interactive. I'm going to be keeping score, possibly not as good as your wife, Dan, please. I've got a lot to live up to, I know. So it's over to Ollie for round 1.
Right, brilliant. So, yes, we're going to start, of course, with round 1. There's going to be 10 questions per round. And round 1 is about Sega and Nintendo.
Oh, we got this, Joe. We got this.
Okay, so who are you going to ask first, Ollie?
Oh, that's a good point. I think I'll start with Mike and Ravi.
Mike and Ravi, okay.
So, yeah. Mike and Ravi, question number 1. Describe the item in the Bomberman games that increases your movement speed. The little picture on the item.
I think it's a little pair of trainers, sneakers, boots.
No, I don't
I think we have to pass that over, I'm
Yeah,
afraid.
incorrect, I'm afraid. I'm going to pass it over to Joe and Dan.
Roller skates.
Yes, correct. It is roller skates.
These console guys.
Start as we mean to go on.
Okay, so question number 2 is for Joe and Dan. So this is a bit of a long one, so bear with me. I'm going to read out some text that's on the front cover of a Japanese Mega Drive game, but it is in English. I want you to tell me what game this is from. Don't just sit there and waste your precious time. When you want to do something, do it right away. Do it when you can. It's the only way to live a life without regrets.
I think I know this, Dan.
Go on, Joe, take it.
Is it Sonic?
Correct, yes,
Very
nice
good.
one. So, next question is for Mike and Ravi. Question number 3. Only compatible with 12 games. Name this peripheral required for Yoshi's Safari.
I think it's the Super Scope.
Correct, that's the right answer.
Well done, they're off the mark.
Cool, okay, back to Joe and Dan. Question number 4. The Game Boy Advance SP was released in 2003. What is SP short for?
I think I know the first word. Do you think that might be right, Joe?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know this. Special?
Correct. It is actually the whole thing. It's just special. Yes.
Well done, Dan.
What a blag.
Yeah. Nice one. Right. Next question is for Mike and Ravi. Question number 5. Mojo's Crunch is an unusual stage for X-Men for the Mega Drive. Which single button must you press to complete it?
No clue.
Yeah, this one's. I've drawn a blank.
Pick a
on
button.
this.
X-Men for the Mega Drive.
Select.
I'm afraid not. That's incorrect.
Give
I'll
it
pass
both.
it over.
Go on, Joe.
Is it the reset button on the actual console?
Yes, that is correct.
What game has a reset button to complete a level? That's insane.
X-Men for the Mega Drive.
Wow.
No.
Quite unorthodox, I do agree.
It's like a trick question. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit of a strange one. It's the only game where you have to do that. Right, next question is for Joe and Dan. It's question number 6. Do you remember the 2nd of February 1994? Which Bill Murray movie has a connection to the North American release date of Sonic the Hedgehog 3?
I think... Do you think it might be that, Joe? 94?
Might be. I thought that film was a bit earlier than that, but that's the only film I can think of that he's in from around that time, so go for it.
Is it Groundhog Day?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes,
Love
Groundhog Day, Hedgehog, get it?
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
That's a stretch.
Yeah.
Are you going to now read that question again? Like it's Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
We'll still get it wrong.
for the rest of the whole show.
Just an hour of that.
Right, okay, Mike and Ravi. Question number 7. Name Nintendo's official wireless controller for the GameCube.
The Wavebird?
Correct.
Well done.
Oh, wow, you're all doing really well. Joe and Dan, question number 8. In Super Mario Land 2, what item must you collect to change into Bunny Mario? Super Mario Land 2.
I'll let you take this one, Joe.
This is the Game Boy one. I'm pretty sure you got to collect golden coins, but that's not what. Is it a carrot?
Correct. Oh, wow. Okay. Mike and Ravi. Question number 8. Sorry, question number 9. What Sega series are these subtitles from? Kiwami, Zero, The Song of Life, and Like a Dragon.
Nope, not a clue.
A Zero Wing.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. I'll pass it over to Joe and Dan.
Is it Yakuza?
Correct, it is Yakuza.
Wait for the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's only because it's Sega Nintendo round, guys.
It's a good one to start with, Joe. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be the last question for this round for Joe and Dan. Question number 10. Which Sega Light Gun game spin-off requires a keyboard?
Oh, you know this, Dan.
Yeah, Typing of the Dead.
Well done, that's correct.
There we go.
Nice one, guys.
Wow. Well, at the end of round 1, out on Rainbow Road, we have Dan and Joe with 8, and stuck on Mario Circuit, Ravi and Mike with 2.
Dear me.
But it can all change, can't it? Okay, so we're now moving on to round 2, and that means that we'll be starting with Dan and Joe. Okay, so this round is called Alt Text. What I am going to do is read out descriptions of 5 consoles or computers, just the physical appearance of the machine, and you have to guess the console or computer in question. So to give you an example, an easy example, if I said, it's purple, has 4 controller ports at the front, and is box-shaped, what might you guess, Ollie?
What?
Sorry, I've not even written that down, so I thought you just know it.
I was not
So
prepared
it's
for
purple,
that.
Wow.
has 4 controller ports at the front, and it's box-shaped.
Oh, is it the GameCube?
Well done.
Yay.
Now, can I say that was very impressive acting there because it wasn't acting. Okay, right. So you have 1 minute. Can I also just say you can pass? Okay, and I will go on to the next one. Okay. So Dan and Joe, are you ready?
Yeah, this is computers or consoles. Then it can be either.
And I will tell you whether for each one. I
So
will tell
do
whether
you
it's-
read all 5 words at once, or is it like you read a word?
No, I'm just going. You'll see.
Okay.
I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm going to discuss. You can shout as many times. So,
Okay,
you know,
cool.
it's not your first answer. It's as soon as you get it, I'll go correct and move on to the next.
Oh, so it's kind of like a quick fire, but yeah.
It is. Okay, so Ollie, you press that to start the minute. So, and your time starts now. Okay, it is black. It has got
PS2.
a wood veneer at the front.
Atari 2600.
It's got correct. Okay, it's a computer. It is mainly white. It's got a proper keyboard.
Amiga
and
500.
It's got a small the nut that would fall from an oak tree on the top.
CC.
Acorn BBC Micro.
It's Acorn,
Acorn
but
Electron?
not correct. Okay, it's a console. It is square. It's black. It's got
Xbox.
kind of feet. on the
PS2.
front. No, it's got
3DO.
the letters R-E. Correct. Okay, it is a handheld. It has got 2 controllers on the left, like thumb pads. And on
Links.
the back, you'd see Bandai written on the back. It's a handheld.
Wonder
You can play
Swan.
it sideways as well.
The Wonders one is correct. Okay. Okay. So this is also a console. It's got wood veneer. It's got very unusual controllers that you hold in your fist with triangular controllers that twist. Stop. You can guess that. We'll give you one guess.
The ColecoVision.
That is a damn good go. I finished on a very difficult one. That was the Fairchild Channel F. But my word, that was impressive. That is 4 points.
Good
For
stuff.
Dan and Joe, very impressive. Okay, right. Mike and Ravi, obviously the same rules, and as you'll see, they get progressively more difficult. As I hope that did. Are you ready, boys?
Yep.
Yep, let's go.
Okay, and your time starts now. It is grey. It has got a big eject button in the front, and you put cartridges in at the top.
Nice.
Is correct. Okay, it is a computer. It has got a proper keyboard. It's mainly white, and it's got a fire-breathing animal on the
Dragon.
front. Any numbers?
Dragon
Over?
32.
Yes, correct. Okay. It is a console, but it's based on a computer. It uses CDs. It's got you put the
Amiga
disc in from a
CD32.
Correct. Okay, it is a handheld. It has got a thumbstick and 2 buttons, A and B, as well as options and start.
Atari Lynx.
No, it's got a thumbstick, which is important, and it's got the letters S and K on the front.
Oh, is it Neo Geo handheld?
Correct, I'll give you that one. Okay, and the final one, it is white. It's got a compact disc that comes out from the front. It's got a weird controller that looks a bit like a boomerang.
Pippin. Apple Pippin.
Correct!
Well,
Nice.
with 1 second to go.
Nice, guys.
Okay. Can I say, very, very good. Full marks there for Ravi.
Oh, I'm
Mike.
glad I brought
I don't want
Mike.
to rub it in. I don't want to rub it in, but you definitely needed those full marks. Okay. So, no offense. So, after 2 rounds, Hungry Horaces are Dan and Joe with 12 points, but it looks like Ravi and Mike have gone skiing with 7.
Okay, let's move on to round 3. This round is called PlayStation Platforms.
Oh, God.
I think I only cover PlayStation 1 and 2 in this round, though. Question number 1, a simple one. Name the final boss in the original Resident Evil. Oh, sorry, what team is this
I was
for?
going to say, who's this for?
This will be Ravi. Yeah, shh.
Ravi, yeah,
It's,
Mike and Ravi.
Ravi, shush. Yes, it's Ravi and Mike to
Mike
start
and
this
Ravi,
round.
yeah. Final boss of Resident Evil 1.
Oh,
No,
God, I'm not sure, Mike. Yeah.
No. I've never played it.
A big zombie. Jeremy Beadle.
I'll take
I
that.
think that was on the Dreamcast.
Really close, but incorrect, I'm afraid. I'll turn it over to Joe and Dan.
It's the Tyrant.
Correct.
If you'd have got that wrong, Joe, I'd have been
I
better.
know.
That's
Should
your
have been off the
specialist
team.
one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I remember you're into that series. Okay, Joe and Dan, I've got question number 2 here for you. Who is the main character in most Oddworld games?
Oh,
Abe?
yeah.
Say again, son?
Abe?
Correct. I'll move straight away on to Mike and Ravi's question number 3. It was the last Tomb Raider developed by Core Design and the first Tomb Raider on the PlayStation 2. Name this critical flop.
Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation.
I'm afraid not. That's wrong. I'll pass it over.
Oh, did you know that, Mike?
No.
Can you repeat the question again for us? Can you repeat it again for us?
It was the last Tomb Raider developed by Core Design and the first on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I think it might be that, Joe.
Which one? The last one? Or
Yeah, the last one, yeah.
Angel of Darkness?
That is correct. Yes. So, Joe and Dan, question number 4, not including the D-pad and analog sticks. Had to put this in here. How many buttons does the original PlayStation 2 joypad have?
Now, Joe's been counting these around his gaming den this morning.
Right, so you've got triangle, square, circle, and X is 4. The LNRs are 4, but then you've got start and select and the analog button, which is another 3. And then you can click in the analog sticks because they're R3 and L3. Did you say including or not including the D-pad?
Not including the D-pad and analog sticks.
Not include. Oh, okay. Well, the analog sticks are. You can click them in. So now I'm
not including.
Don't count them.
Okay. Though, so,
How long are they taking on
11,
this question?
11.
You're running out of time. Take
11.
Timer.
11 if you're including the analog
Correct.
button.
That is correct. I'll give you that one.
Very good.
Well done.
I just literally counted mine in the room.
I'm really impressed because the analog stick button, was the one I thought everyone would forget about.
R3 and L3. Yeah.
Not our Joe.
Right, so Mike and Ravi, question number 5. The Fallen King, The Sands of Time, and The Two Thrones belong to which game series?
Prince of Persia.
Correct.
Well done, boys.
Question number 6 for Joe and Dan. The Beautiful Joe series, Okami, and God Hand were developed by which Japanese studio?
I know this one, Dan.
Go on, Joe, take it.
Capcom.
I'm afraid not.
No, it's studio. It's studio.
Oh,
not-
studio.
publisher.
Come on,
Better
I'll
producer.
pass it over
pass
to
that
Mike
over.
and
Fair
Ravi.
enough.
Square.
No, I'm afraid not. That's not right. The answer was Clover Studio, who are made up of ex-Capcom staff. So I can see you were close there.
Yeah, he's on
It's
Marvel
Clover.
vs. Capcom as well, so. But yeah, fair enough.
Right, so next question is for Mike and Ravi. Question number 7. Completing Challenge of the Gods in the original God of War unlocks a skin. Which farm animal does this allow Kratos to dress up as?
A pig.
Yeah.
No,
I was going to say that
that's
as
the
well.
wrong answer.
That game just used to make me feel sick, God of War, when I played on it. Motion sickness.
And I will point out this is the original one, the old one. I'll pass this over to Joe and Dan.
I've got no idea either. But shall I have a guess, Joe?
Yeah, I think my guess is, yeah, go for it, whatever.
Okay, if you think you might know it, go for it. I was just going to say something random.
A chicken?
That answer is incorrect. He dresses up as a cow, believe it or not.
Nice.
I was going to say sheep, so it would have been close.
I don't think you'd see that in the modern version of the game. Right, next question is for Joe and Dan. Question number 8. Heavily influenced by Sega's Crazy Taxi, which Simpsons game was released in 2001?
Yeah, go on, Joe.
Road Rage. Simpsons Road Rage.
Correct! You knew that one. That was quick. On to question number 9 for Mike and Ravi. What group of peaceful pedestrians must you run over in Grand Theft Auto to get the Goranga
Hare
bonus?
Krishners.
Correct.
How did you know that?
It's amazing. It just came to me.
We need a question about a game that we made now, Joe. Can we have made any?
And I was going to say football hooligans. I'm so glad I've got Mike here.
Right, let's move on to the final question for this round. Number 10 for Joe and Dan. In 1997, a Polyphony Digital PlayStation racing game was released. And in 1998, the Cardigans released an album with the same name. What was this title?
Any ideas, Dan?
I think of Cardigan songs. A Race Rewind?
Incorrect. I'm afraid I'll have to pass it over to Mike and Ravi. It's the actual album name. By Polyphony Digital.
Need for Speed.
Oh, no, I'm afraid not. The answer was actually Gran Turismo.
Oh, right.
By
Oh, wow.
Polyphony Digital. that's the end of that round.
Okay, and at the end of round 3, the Ravi and Mike are the liquid snakes with 9, but the solid snakes with 17 are Dan.
Kill me now.
Get used to it, Mike. This is exciting. On Team Ravi.
Hey, okay, so on to round 4, and the title of this round is Only Connect. Only Connect. Do you see what I did there? Okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to give you 3 gaming-related things, and you have to tell me what comes next in the sequence. You can ask for a clue, and I will tell you the category or some other kind of clue to make it a little bit easier. You get 2 points if you can get the answer without a clue, and 1 point with the clue. We will do bonuses as well, and the same scoring arrangements stand. Now, can I just point out, it is supposed to be based on the popular quiz show Only Connect. So I think these are hard. We will give you some reasonable time, although if it gets ridiculous, we will put the timer on, okay?
I've never heard of Only Connect.
No.
I thought it was going to be an Xbox Connect round.
It involves you knowing stuff, but not about games.
I thought it was
right?
Xbox Connect as well. I was like, oh, God.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's harder than University Challenge, Joe.
Absolutely
Oh,
right.
man.
So, yeah, this is quite odd. But anyway, so we're starting with, I believe it's Dan and Joe. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. So I'm going to alternate between you. So first, Dan and Joe, you've got team 1. Are you ready?
Yep.
As ready as we'll ever be.
Cherry, strawberry, orange. What comes next?
Is it a raspberry?
It isn't a raspberry. Now, can I go over to Mike and Ravi? Now, they haven't used the clue. You can use the clue, or you can have a go for 2 points.
Can we use a clue, please, Bob?
Yeah, although I think you'll probably go, when I say it's the first bonus fruit in the original Pac-Man arcade game, that might not be a brilliant clue. But so it's what fruit comes on screen 4 after the orange. Orange.
Apple?
Is the right answer.
Hey!
Nice one.
Very good. Just 1 point, I'm afraid there, but yes, very good. Okay, so Mike and Ravi is your question now. Okay, so here we go. Tomb Raider, 1996. Tomb Raider 2, 1997. Tomb Raider 3, 1998. What comes next in that sequence? And I will tell you... No, I'll stop there. I'll tell you stuff if you ask for a clue.
Let's start doing...
Is it The Last Revelation?
Yeah, can I say you managed to get this one
Earlier.
right last round? Okay, you're absolutely right. They were the first 4 Tomb Raider games in the main series, and Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation was released in 1999 for the PlayStation and the PC. Well done,
A
2 points.
pointer.
Well done,
Yes.
Very good. Okay, so now we're back to Dan and Joe. Okay, here we go. Sonic the Hedgehog, 1991. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, 1992. Sonic CD, 1993. Next in the sequence, please.
You've got this, Joe.
Sonic 3, 1994.
Sorry, that's not the right answer.
Wait, what?
Let's go over.
Sonic C. Oh, I know what it is.
Well, it's so Ravi and Mike. What is the next? And you know that it isn't Sonic 3.
Sonic and Knuckles?
I'm sorry.
Spinball.
Whilst you don't get any points, what do you? Well, no, actually, it's Sonic Chaos.
Chaos.
What, for the Game Gear?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sonic
that
games in order of release, only
Oh.
counting distinct new titles, not 8-bit versions of a 16-bit
Distinct
original.
new Sonic Chaos. What was that on?
I think it was a handheld.
It was on the
wasn't
Game Gear, and it was on the Master System, I believe.
Oh, I thought you said not
1993.
including 8 bits. Oh, you said including.
No,
8.
I've
you.
I've just given you some clues. That was the clue that you would have got. So no points.
Got you.
No points for that one. Okay, so now we are moving over to Ravi and Mike. Okay. Astro Battles, Laser Attack, Galaxians with an S at the end. 2 points if you know it, or you can ask for a clue.
Do you want to go for that, Mike, or should we ask for a clue?
Gallagher?
I'm sorry, that's not the correct answer in the sequence. So over to Dan and Joe.
Well, Dan just sent me that answer, so
Can you say it for us one more time? Give us it one more time.
Yeah, Astro Battles.
Yeah.
Laser Attack. Galaxians with an S. What's the next in the series? You haven't had the clue.
I'm going to say, should we take our clue here, Jim?
yeah, take the clue. Yeah.
Okay. These are the first 4 levels of the arcade game Gorth. So you've got the first 3. We're looking for screen 4.
Have you ever played Gorth before, Joe?
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh my God. Doesn't know his history, this one.
I haven't actually heard of it either.
Thank you, Ollie.
Wasn't he Wayne's best friend in Wayne's?
Yeah.
Yes, we really are not worthy.
I've got no idea on this. Let's
No idea whatsoever.
Space Invaders.
Can I just say you're surprisingly close? Space Invaders was actually Astro Battles, which is the first one. But no, it's Space Warp. Gorth, which of course you know because you should know your history, is it's first game really with different screens in. Plus, it's arguably the first game to have a final boss, which is on screen 5. Sorry, no points there. We're going to move back now to, that will be Dan and Joe. Here we go. Harmless. Mostly harmless. Poor.
And can we not have any more clues? Have we used up?
No, you can have a clue for each round. 2 points if you get it without a clue. You can ask for the clue, and then you'll get 1 point.
Don't know about you, Joe. I think I might need a clue.
I think there are difficulties in a game, but I think we'll go for the clue. Yeah.
Sorry, say it one more time. Sorry.
Harmless, mostly harmless, poor.
Oh, their scores. I think there's scores in a game. You know, like at the end of a level or something. Should we go for a clue, Dan?
Yeah, let's have a clue.
Okay, you actually was kind of on the right lines first time there, Joe. It's the combat rankings for Elite on the BBC Micro. So you've got harmless, mostly harmless, poor. I did say these were difficult.
Should we go for that? I've just sent you down.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually give you an extra clue in that this is the middle ranking. Do you think that might help?
Yeah, go for it.
Average.
I've got no idea.
Congratulations. I thought that was genuinely difficult. Okay, yes.
We were going to say normal.
Normal. After that, it became above average, confident, dangerous, deadly, and of course, the final one,
Elite.
Okay, so now we're going over to Ravi and Mike. And can I just say that this one's, whilst this one isn't very retro, but it has got a retro link. So are you ready?
No.
Okay. No. Right, okay. Here we go. So here's the sequence. Marco Reus, Cristiano Ronaldo, Eden Hazard.
We'd like a clue, please, Bob.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so these are the most recent cover stars on FIFA games. FIFA, of course, has been going since the early 90s, but I agree that these are the most recent ones. So it's basically who is on the current cover of the FIFA games. Now, I know you two are good sporting lads. You know, you might have even watched the World Cup, recently.
No.
There's been a World Cup on.
Was it
get out, these boys.
Lionel Messi?
Get out. I must say that's very unlucky. It is not Lionel Messi, so I can
only other one I know.
For 1 point because you've had the clue, Dan and Joe. Do you want to have a go?
Lionel Richie.
These boys really need to get out.
He looked a bit like he had hair like an 80s footballer, though, didn't he? To be fair.
So Dan edits a football sportscast.
Really poor.
Joe works for a sports company.
Scored a hat trick in the World Cup final, and you cannot guess.
Mbappe. What's his name? Mbappe.
Mbappe will give it. But I'm sorry that was too late.
Fair enough.
He went to Lionel Richie. I think he used to play left back for Brentford, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Okay, so let's go over. No points on that round, okay?
Beppe from his
let's go over
standards.
now. Thank you. We're going over to question 4 for Dan and Joe. Okay. Chop Chop Master Onion. Instructor Mussolini. Prince Flea Swallow. Who comes next?
I know what game it is, but I ain't got a clue.
Is that lunch order or something?
Can I just say it was difficult to get this far in the game?
For us as well.
This is
as it's proving.
This must be the hardest questions we've ever had on this.
Correct. Well, it is called Only Connect. You see what I'm trying to keep that hardness there.
I know what game series it is, and I really want to blurt out what game series it is, but I feel like that's going to give the clue away to Ravi. So
can we have a clue here? I think we need it, Joe.
Well, they're going to say it's what. I know
It's worth having the clue. This is one of the examples because I recognise how hard this is. The clue will help you. So yes, that's correctly identified. Those were the first 3 rappers in the original Parappa the Rapper game. You need to do number 4, but I'm going to help you a little bit. The 4th, which is the one you're looking for, is set on a TV cookery show with Parappa following along at home trying to make a cake. And again, if you close, I will give it you.
Honestly, I don't know.
No.
I played Jammy Lammy a lot more than I ever played Parappa the Rapper.
Something cooking.
You like your guitars, don't you, Joe? You like your guitars.
Nah, pass on that. No idea.
No, sorry.
Mike and Ravi, would you like a go? It's
Was
on a
it-
cookery show. Yeah, go on.
Was it the gherkin?
Oh, I thought he was going to say it then.
Gherkin?
No.
The gherkin head.
No, I mean, I don't know if
I
there's
don't
a
remember
gherkin
that
in the
one.
background. I can't remember that. What have you been smoking, Ravi?
It was the 90s.
I knew there was lots of vegetables.
Lots of weird stuff. It was actually Cheap the cooking chicken. I would have accepted chicken.
Never got that far, yeah.
That is pretty hard. Okay, so now we're over to Ravi and Mike. Which, okay, you ready? Mario Circuit 1, Donut Plains 1, Ghost Valley 1. What comes next?
I think it's obviously Mario Kart levels, isn't it?
Yeah,
There was that. Well, don't take this as an answer. We're discussing. There was that. There was that
We'll
beach
forgive you.
one, and then there was Rainbow Road. But I'm
I
sure
have no
Rainbow
idea what they were called though.
Rainbow Road was a bit later,
That
wasn't
was
it?
the last one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 7 or something. So I have
Is
no
it
idea what the
that
next one is.
cheap one as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah.
Can we get a clue?
Yes. Okay, and this is the clue. You were right. They are the mushroom cup circuits in Mario Kart on the SNES, and the one you're looking for has an internal element. It's not all of it. Most of it's inside.
Oh, it's that.
Might that help?
Yeah.
No idea the name of it though.
Yeah.
Not a clue with the name.
We can hear you
Bowser's
tapping away.
Castle.
Is the
We knew that one.
That was all Mike.
We said it. Me and Dan said it,
Respect
but
you.
yeah, well done, guys.
Very good. Respect
Jeez.
you. Very good. Right. So the final one for Dan and Joe on this round. I've tried to link them so they're similar in terms of difficulty, and I think this is. Here we go. Grassland, desert land, waterland.
Well, let me just message this to Dan. Should I go for that?
You don't want
Yeah.
a clue? You're going straight for it?
Fireland?
No. Okay, so Ravi and Mike, you can have a go or you can ask for a clue.
Yeah, we'll take the clue,
Yeah.
please, Bob.
Okay, so those first 3 were the first 3 worlds in Super Mario Brothers 3. You're looking for the 4th one, and let's just say you wouldn't expect to find small things here. Too late now, my friend.
Giant Land.
Is the right.
Hey, good one.
Nice one, guys.
Mike is he's over the moon there. Right. The final one for this round is again for Ravi and Mike. Okay, are you ready? I think this is hard. Chariot, Hanged Man, Hermit.
Can we get a clue on this?
Yeah.
Was that hand man
Yep.
or hanged? Like as in hanging?
Hanged as in it, yes, hanged man. I will definitely give you the clue. Okay, so those were the first 3 bosses in the first House of the Dead game. So you're looking for the 4th boss. When awoken, this boss utters the rather worrying phrase, "Who are you? Nobody gives me instructions. I shall destroy everything." Let's say that he might use possibly a wand to do that.
Wizard.
Don't give it him.
It's the wrong answer.
Joe knows this
But
one.
that's a bonus for Dan and Joe.
It's the magician.
It is the magician. Well done. I sense you knew that without the wand.
Yeah.
So well done. Well done. Okay. Well, can I say that was rather good? So let me just tot up there.
Yeah, too much Harry Potter for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got Ravi and Mike, mostly harmless on 14, with Dan and Joe, dangerous Dan and Joe, out in front on 19. So let's just say that's brought it a lot closer.
We
Cool.
brought it back a little bit.
A lot closer.
Brought it back a lot.
I wish I had a stronger drink than 7-Up now on my desk after that one.
Okay, over to you,
Shall
Ollie.
we move straight on to round 5? Round 5 is all about Xbox and PC games.
Come on, Dan.
Jeez.
And it's going to be, the first question is for Mike and Ravi. Name the only Panzer Dragoon title released for the Xbox.
Oh, don't take this as an answer, but there was Saga, which was the first one, and then there was the Xbox one later, I think. Okay, you haven't got a clue. We'll go.
No idea.
Legacy.
Legacy
Panzer
is
Dragoon Legacy.
the wrong answer, I'm afraid. I'll pass it over to Joe and Dan.
Is it Panzer Dragoon Orta?
That's the right answer.
Oh, go on.
So, question 2 is for Joe and Dan. Blinks the Time Sweeper can control time with his vacuum cleaner. But what type of animal is he?
I think I know this. I've asked him.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Is it a cat?
That's the right answer.
I thought it was one of those assistants like Siri.
Question number 3 is for Mike and Ravi. Bernard receives a letter at the start of Day of the Tentacle informing him that one of his tentacle friends has mutated into an insane genius. What colour is this tentacle? I'll give you a little clue because it's actually his name as well.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 one, but I think Mike's got it here.
Yeah, purple tentacle.
Pardon?
The right answer.
Oh, yes, that is correct. Purple. Excellent. Okay, moving back to Joe and Dan. Number 4. Name the unit of currency used in the Sims and SimCity series.
Similonian?
That's
Yes,
not
it's
the right
Simoleon's
pronunciation of it, though.
Rico, well done, Rico.
Yeah, that's not. It's Simoleon.
Would you like to
That's-
give us the
Simola.
correct?
Yeah, Simoleon.
Okay.
Long way.
Yeah, that's yeah. You got
That's
I
just
think that
me
was
reading
close
it
enough.
wrong.
Mike and Ravi, question number 5. What type of nut or tree did Peter Molyneux claim you would be able to plant and grow in Fable?
Oak tree.
Yeah,
acorn,
that's
yeah.
correct. There's an acorn or oak nut or oak tree. That's the right
Are you
answer.
telling me that Peter Molyneux promised something in a game and it didn't actually appear? Is that what you're saying, Ollie? Oh, okay. That's weird. Okay. Well done.
Well done. Joe and Dan, question number 6. Which Canadian video game developer created Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter Nights, and Jade Empire?
Have you got any guesses, Dan? Or
Should we give them 10 seconds? 10 seconds to go.
Yes, let's use that timer.
should I just answer
Just say that. It's a,
Bethesda?
That's the wrong answer. I'll pass it over to Mike and Ravi.
Forgotten Realms.
That's wrong as well. The answer was actually BioWare.
I've got a copy of it in my hand. It was BioWare.
Isn't that cheating?
There was Forgotten Realms as well. And then it was
I don't know, if you
re-released
can-
by Atari.
If you can run around your house and find the answer, I think that's allowed.
give me 10 minutes. I'm just going to run up
It's
into
like
Joe's
Challenge
attic.
Annika. Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go and find the SNES. Right. Okay, go on.
Okay, question number 7 for Mike and Ravi. GLaDOS from Portal is a reference to Microsoft DOS. In both cases, what does DOS stand for?
Disk Operating System.
That's correct.
Said it rather beautifully as well.
Nice one. Joe and Dan, you've got question number 8. British games developer the Bitmap Brothers used to have their own publishing company. What was it called?
Bitmap Soft?
No, I'm afraid not. I'll pass it over to Mike and Ravi.
Bitsoft.
No, it's not. They were called Renegade Software.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Bloody hell, yeah.
Okay, so next question is number 9 for Mike and Ravi. Geometry Wars Retro Evolved was a hit on the Xbox 360, but which original Xbox game had the first Geometry Wars hidden inside of it? I'm going to give you a bit of a clue as well. It's actually a sequel. It's got number 2 in the title.
Mike, do you know anything about Geometry Wars?
I do, but I can't think what it was in.
I know of the title, but
Yeah.
so it was like a game that was included inside another game.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's right.
Okay.
I can't think what it is.
Before Xbox 360. 10 seconds to go.
Battlezone.
Battlezone, no, I'm afraid not.
There was
That's
a
the wrong
version
answer.
of Battlezone.
Do you want to say that, Joe?
So I'll move it over to pass it over to Joe and Dan.
Project Gotham Racing 2.
Yes, that's the correct answer.
Dan actually got that. He sent it to me, but because of Ollie said it was the number 2, I was like,
All right, yeah, I knew it was one of them. I didn't know which one.
Wow, yeah. I need to
Yeah,
get
I
a
thought it would be a
copy.
bit unfair.
You
not
thought
to
it would be
point out.
harsh to make you get the sequel.
Okay, so the final question for this round, number 10, for Joe and Dan. Which artificial intelligence construct has the serial number of CTN 0452-9 in the Halo universe?
Oh, Cortana.
That's the right
Yeah,
answer.
of course, yeah.
Congrats, that's the end of the round.
Okay.
I'm
And at the
gonna
end of that round-
still question that Neverwin Nights question. Like, yeah.
Who do you think you are, Paul, when he's on a team?
I'm always a very good loser.
We can discuss
but
that.
then I
So-
don't usually lose, so it's
you-
quite easy to do. Okay.
But we can quickly have a look into that. So I was saying it's BioWare. You were saying it was who?
Forgotten Realms, which
Forgotten Realms.
were the big one for it.
To be honest, I thought it was BioWare. But I tell you what, if you lose by 1 point, which is really likely, then we will go back and have a steward's inquiry.
Okay.
But at the present moment, at the end of 5 rounds, our Master Chiefs are Dan and Joe with 24, and our Kane and Lynchers are Ravi and Mike on 17. Okay, we're now moving on to a very interactive round, which we did when Ollie and I hosted the quiz last time. We did, and it seemed to go quite well. So
Yeah.
we're doing it again. It's called Single Word Campaign. So what we're going to do is message each of you individually a game, and you have to give clues to your teammate using single words. If you manage to get it after just 1 word, you get 5 points. If it takes 2 words, 4 points, and so on. Now, here's an example convincingly acted out by myself and Ollie. So here we go. So I might look at my screen and go, okay. And I'm going to go with Ollie. I'm going to say ghosts.
Oh, that's obvious. It's really easy. Luigi's Mansion.
No.
What?
Dots.
Pac-Man?
No. Bow
Oh, Ms. Pac-Man.
is the right answer, and Ollie would get 3 points.
Yay.
Are they all that easy? Just checking.
No. Yes. Well, of course, this depends on how easy you make them.
Are we actually going to recognise the
Glad you
games?
thought that was easy, Dan.
So I think, again, I keep trying to work out who starts my rounds. Oh, so it must be Joe and Dan who's starting. So, Dan, I am now sending you your game. Okay. All I want you to tell me is if you have got it. Oh, and one last thing is that you are not allowed, when you use your single word, you are not allowed to use any word in the actual title, including part of that word. So, for example, if you were given Tomb Raider, you couldn't say raiding. That would be cheating, wouldn't it, Dan? And you'd never do such a thing.
You'd just say boobs.
Well, actually, that would have been quite a good clue. But thank you. Okay, so Dan, I have sent yours. Have a think.
Okay.
Let's see if you can get it on just one word.
Okay.
Remember, this is just for your team member, Joe.
Okay, Jen. I've got 5 then, yeah? 5 attempts.
Yeah, but if you can get it on
Okay,
one, you
okay,
get 5
okay.
points.
People.
I mean, there's 1 or 2 games out there with people in them.
Really?
I'm going to go for The Sims.
Go on.
Oh my god!
Ah, too easy, that one.
Unbelievable.
That was excellent.
Wow. Yeah.
What a clue then, eh? What a clue.
Taking the piss out of Dan's the people. Clearly, that's all it needed. Okay, so now we're going over to Ravi. Okay, so Ravi, here, yours is being sent over now.
Maybe that's the only game with people in it.
Maybe.
I've received
The only
it.
game with people in ever. Okay, so have a think, Ravi, and you're giving clues, of course, to Mike.
Zombies.
Well, there's only one game that features zombies.
Yeah, I'm
isn't there?
pretty sure.
They're very unusual in video games.
There's lots
so
of
that should be
zombie
enough.
games. House of the Dead.
Shooting.
Why are you laughing?
Game.
Shooting zombies seems
That's
to
all
still
of
leave
them.
the field quite open.
Sit on your hands, Joe. Don't say it.
Stars.
That's a good clue.
That's a good one.
Stars.
He could have said it in a voice.
Veronica.
In a voice.
I recognise that, but I
also
can't think what it is.
PlayStation.
I like how he read out his clues.
Yeah, no, not a clue.
And we're not going to pass these over as bonus.
Oh, come on.
No, because anyone. So,
No, not a clue.
yes.
Dogs.
What is it? No, you stop.
Bullets.
Would you like to say what the
it was
what was
Resident Evil.
Not
Resident
nice.
Evil. Oh,
Resident
Veronica, that was it.
Evil was indeed. Yes.
I wish
Did
he
you say there's only one zombie game?
He did actually
Loads of
say in
zombie
like
games.
the second round, Mike did say he's never played Resident Evil. Resident Evil
I was aware of the general. I'm not changing it at this stage. Okay, Joe, it is yours.
Okay.
And, sorry, I've just laughed that I've actually typed in your own name. So let's actually give you a game. So yeah, you nearly just got Joe Fox, which
Nice.
sound like
I would never have got
sound
that
like
one.
a Mega Drive platformer, to be fair. So okay, here comes yours, Joe.
Oh, you're not allowed to name characters, are you?
You do whatever you want, as
Just
long
not
as
the
you
title.
don't use any word in that.
Gilius.
Golden Axe.
Yeah.
Oh,
for goodness
these
sake.
guys.
Nice and quick.
Gilius Thunderhead.
Right. These guys.
I think
Okay,
having
very
best
good,
friends on the
5
other
points.
team,
Yeah.
you know, there's an advantage there.
Make sure it's a game
Do you
I
all
actually
live
know.
together like the monkeys? Is that what the retro hour's like? Okay, right. Okay, so for the final one is our special guest, Mike.
Please be a game I actually know.
Oh, made.
I'm not sure. You may or may not. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay, so can you? Away you go.
Garanga.
Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, can I say strategic use there of yes, very very good.
That was an unintentional crossover there.
Absolutely.
I was going to pick a really weird Hare Krishna title.
Okay, so at the end of round 6, Jill Valentine's out in front are Dan and Joe with 34, and our Barry Burtons are Ravi and Mike with 22.
Oh, way behind there.
Got a bit of catching up.
How many
to
rounds
do.
we got? Come on, bring the Amiga round on.
Oh, did you say Amiga? It's kind of an Amiga round.
is kind of
This round 7, is called Arcade and Amiga.
Oh,
So, the first question is to Mike and Ravi. Question number 1. Name the recurring pirate villain in the Secret of Monkey Island series. The
LeChuck.
pirate villain. Pardon?
LeChuck.
Correct. So that's
done.
the right answer.
Yep.
Nice one. Joe and Dan, question number 2. You are a blue bird who must gather all the chirps and bring them to safety to the exits. Which Sega game am I describing?
Flicky.
That's correct.
never heard of that.
No.
Question number 3 for Mike
question is okay.
and Ravi. Question number 3. Which game developer created Fusion, Flood, and Psycho Santa for the Amiga?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Was it Bullfrog?
That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Good one. Question number 4 is for Joe and Dan. In the original Lemmings, which skill is between the miner and the porter?
Jeez.
Come on. Okay, between the miner. Okay, actually, between the miner. Do you count? I don't know if you count this. Is the nuke a skill?
It is. I would count that, but it's not that. That's not the right answer. I will pass it over.
I'm gonna say
Mike
it to
and
get pressure off Mike. Digger.
Correct. That's the right answer.
Mike knew it anyway.
Yeah. I was all sure.
Good one, guys. Digger is a classic. Number 5 is for Mike and Ravi. A secret agent and highly trained assassin, which Killer Instinct's character kills you by flashing her unmentionables.
Whoa.
It's sort of a fatality in that.
Joe's paused this moment many times, isn't it?
I've got it paused right now.
Can you have both hands on the table, Joe?
Katrina.
Katrina. That's the wrong answer.
I just thought of a random kind of cool lady sounding name.
I'll pass it over to Joe and Dan.
It is. I don't want to mess this up. I can see her in my head right now.
I bet you can.
You see her in your head every night, apparently, Joe.
Yeah. Just pull the duvet up, Joe. Close your eyes.
And
10 seconds.
Timer, please, Ollie.
Oh, I want to. What's it? She's green. What's her name?
Yep, she's green.
Saberwolf.
So, I would want to know what Saberwolf's unmentionables look like. That would
Very
be interesting.
furry. Very furry.
It's
a family show.
I know what it is
Okay,
as well.
so-
It's just got to me. I won't take the point, but it's Black Orchid,
Go
isn't
on,
it?
tell me. It's Orchid, yeah, or Black Orchid, yeah. That's the right answer.
Sorry.
But I gave you Saberwolf.
Oh dear, close one. Anyway, so question number 6 is for Joe and Dan. In what year did both the animated and live-action Street Fighter movies come out? I think this is my only year question of the quiz.
I've got a feeling. I think it might be.
Send it me. I don't think it is, man.
It sounded very passionate.
Do you think it's later or earlier?
I think it's a year later. I'm sure it is.
Okay, yeah, you might be right.
I think I should give you 10 seconds now.
Yes.
Okay.
Put the timer on.
1994.
Oh, that is correct.
Go on.
Well done. Right, on to question number 7 for Mike and Ravi. I like this question. On the cover for Micro Machines, what are the cars racing on? This is a level from the game.
Yeah, I think tablecloth.
Ooh. I'm going to let them be more specific.
Yeah, give me a more specific answer than that.
Dining
It is a
table.
cloth.
Well, kitchen table,
Sorry,
wasn't
pardon?
it?
No.
Kitchen table.
It is a
afraid not.
cloth, but no.
I'll pass it over to Joe and
Dishwashing cloth.
What do you think, Joe? I think.
Well, I thought it was what they said.
Okay, I can picture it in my mind. It might be wrong. I don't think I actually had the box for the game back in the day.
Well, I thought it was a kitchen table, but should we go with what you said?
Okay, sure. Well, okay. All right. If I'm wrong now, then okay. Pool table.
Pool table is right. I'm going to get it wrong then.
I thought it was what Ravi said.
Yeah, the kitchen table. Yeah, I remember seeing screenshots of that. Yeah, it's definitely pool table.
Yeah. I think it's the same on every version of the game as well, not just Amiga. On to question 8 for Joe and Dan. Well, you get another one. Similar question. On the front cover for the original Zool, what is written on the bottom of his shoes?
God. Written on his shoes.
He's kicking towards the screen.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that as well, Joe. Is it the Chupa Chups?
Oh, nice try, but no, it's not. I'll pass that over to Mike and Ravi.
You want to do it then?
Emph?
No, it's a bit of a sly question. The answer is actually Zool. He has his name written on his shoes.
Just in case he loses them at the gym, yeah.
Andy, like on Toy Story.
Yeah, okay, right. Let's move on to question number 9 for Mike and Ravi. In Rampage, players take control of a trio of gigantic monsters. Who developed it? Just the company name.
Rampage.
Rampage.
I'm not sure.
I'm going to say...
So this would be is it an arcade manufacturer? Is it coin-op manufacturer?
Yes, it is, but I'm also going to give you 10 seconds left.
Yes.
I don't know.
Data East?
No, it's not the right answer. Not Data East. I'll pass it over.
Should we go mine, Joe?
Joe and Dan.
We'll go with yours, Dan.
Okay. Midway?
Yes,
the right
that's the right answer.
Oh, God damn it.
Midway.
Yes.
The arcade thing, give it away.
I think at the time they were known as Bally Midway, I think.
you're right.
Yeah. Okay, right.
I think we've had the developer on the podcast, which we probably should.
Yes, Brian Collard, isn't it? Yes. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Dear.
Right, okay, so this is the final question for this round. Number 10 for Joe and Dan. What was the last game? Sorry, it was the last game to be released for the Amiga A500. Finish this title. The aquatic games starring...
James Pond.
We're going to need the full title, is that right?
There's more to it than that.
And the James Pond and the is it the Aquatic All Stars or something?
No, I'm gonna have to. Do you think I should pass it over?
I think we'll pass that over.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it over to Mike and Ravi.
I know this because I'm a James Pond fan.
He was close.
The aquatic games, James Pond, and the Aquabats. I think that was the...
Yes, that
I
is
nearly said
correct.
that as well.
Very good.
I put in brackets as well the super aquatic games starring Aquabats because it's known as that in some
And there's a
regions.
good ska band called the Aquabats, actually, if you ever heard of it.
You learn a new thing every day on this podcast. Well, that was a very tight round.
Good.
But Ravi and Mike are still the Squirtles on 26, but the Blastoise are Dan and Joe on 38.
Oh, dear. Way behind.
Okay,
now.
we're moving into the penultimate round, which means it's my round and it's a new one. This round 8 is called Control Freak. See what I did there? Because I am going to describe a game controller. And you need to try and get it from just my description.
And this is definitely not revenge for all those questions I've done about controllers over the years.
What I need to clarify is I'm not going to ask you to count any buttons. Is that I want the game, so they're not going to be generic ones for a console. They're all games. Okay, so we're looking. The answer for each of them is a specific game.
So what? You're describing the controller from a game?
You'll see.
Custom controller for the game.
Trust
custom.
Me, I'm a doctor.
Okay, yeah.
So
It's easy peasy, right?
I think it is, but then I set the question, so they would be easy for me. Okay, so
Bloody hell.
I'm going to give you as before. You can pass, and I will move on to the next one. And we can even, if you've got any time at the end, you can even go
Who's
back
first?
to it. So for me, it's always
Because I'm trying to get my head around it.
Yeah. Okay. So it'll be easy. You'll see. Okay. So I'm going to describe the controls. You've just got to tell me the game.
Okay.
Okay. So wait for it now. Okay. In fact, to give him a bit of a chance, I would like you to start the clock when I've finished the first set of clues.
Okie
Is that all
dokie.
right? Okay. Give you a bit more time. Okay. So here we go. Okay. So this is an arcade game. It has 5 buttons: rotate left, rotate right, thrust, fire, and hyperspace. Start the clock.
Asteroids.
It is right. It's a console control pad. It has 40 buttons, 2 joysticks, a throttle handle, a radio channel, an eject button, and 3
What's
foot
it called?
pedals.
It's on the Xbox, Dan. Oh, where you play the big mech robot
Just
thing.
say it.
Just say it.
I can't
say what it is.
I can't think of
No, close. You can keep going. No, do you want to pass?
Pass.
Okay, the next one's an arcade game. It has 4 joysticks. Each one has 3 buttons marked shoot and block, pass and steal, and turbo. Arcade game, 4 players. Shoot
Pass.
and block. Pass, that's one of the buttons. Pass, okay. The fourth thing, it's a control panel. It's mainly white. There are no visible buttons. It's about 60 centimetres by 40 centimetres. It's a rectangular with curved corners. It kind of looks like something you might be able to put on the floor.
U-Force.
Something you could put on the floor. Maybe you could even then stand on it.
The Wii Fit.
I'm up.
Give them Wii Fit. Okay.
We did abysmal there.
There's no bonus ones for this one, I'm afraid. But can I just say the one that you clearly knew but couldn't quite say? Steel Battalion.
Of course it was Steel Battalion.
Okay, so you've got 2 points there. I am just intrigued as I put this round together.
What's the 4 joystick one?
Good point. It's NBA Jam
I was
or
gonna say
NBA Jam
but I
Turbo
wasn't sure if
Edition.
you meant like you play them all at once. I was like, who's playing this? A bloody octopus?
I said it was an arcade game, and actually an octopus could play it. That would be good, actually. Maybe that's an unlockable character that we don't know about. Maybe that's it. Can I just say I was intrigued that in researching this, 40 million Wii Fits have sold with Wii Fit and Wii Fit Plus. So I'm just thinking there's a lot of balance boards under beds there. There's got to be some kind of art project to be done about that one.
Or in cash converters, if you go in there. There's
Probably
a wall full of them.
they use them as currency then. Okay, so now we're over to team 2. So Ravi and Mike. Okay. And same deal, I will read out the first clue and then ask Ollie to start the clock. Okay, are we ready? Here we go. Okay, it's an arcade game. It has a joystick which moves up and down. Then it has 5 buttons: thrust, reverse, fire, smart bomb, and hyperspace. Press start.
Scramble.
Nope. The hyperspace
Drop zone.
might.
Defender.
No,
Defender.
correct. It's a console control pad. It has 3 buttons: a crossfader, an effects
DJ
dial,
Hero.
and a rotor. Correct. It's an arcade game. It has 2 joysticks. One marked move, and each it has the other button's marked flap. So it's a joystick, 2 joysticks, and they've got flap next to each of them. Arcade game. Okay, it's a console control pad. It's grey. It's got an analog stick in the middle. It's got 5 buttons and a reel that you could turn.
Sega Fishing.
Correct. It's an arcade game. It's got a joystick, 2 buttons, and both are marked Pepper.
Pepper. Pass.
Okay, so it's that other one. It's a flap, a joystick and flap. Think of a game that you would flap and fly. It's an arcade game from 1982.
Joust.
Correct. The other one was Pepper. Oh.
Time is up.
Ooh,
Okay.
we got a few.
Better than us there, I think.
Got jousting though.
You did, yeah. You might put pepper on a burger.
I was
Burger
thinking
time.
Peppa Pig for something.
Burger. Yes, that well-known arcade game, Peppa Pig. Yes,
That's a hit nowadays.
Right. Okay. Can I say well done there? They got 4 there. So at the end of that round, can I just say well done, Ravi and Mike, who did get 4, where Joe and Dan and Joe got 2. However, overall, as we approach the finishing line, in pole position is Dan and Joe with 40, and risking burnout are Ravi and Mike with 30. Now, this is technically, you could still, if you get all of these, this is still possible.
Okay.
This is still possible.
If we get them all wrong and they get them all right, they could win.
Yeah.
It will be amazing.
What's the chances?
That would be, what a comeback this would be. Okay? Amazing.
Right, so we are moving on to the final round of the quiz.
Name every lemming.
Charlie, Bob, Fred, Harry.
Yeah, the DMA round.
Round number 9. This round is called Gaming Knowledge. It's just general questions about video games. Question number 1 is for Mike and Ravi. In Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, who kidnaps Peach?
I'll just have to say Bowser.
Yeah.
Bowser is the wrong answer.
Go on, Joe.
Oh dear, I'll pass it over to Joe and Dan.
I think it's the little wizard guy, but I can't remember his name. Knapp? Something like that?
No, I'm afraid they are called. They're called the X-Nauts.
Oh, no.
Pretty difficult question to be
pretty
fair.
hard.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to question number 2 for Joe and Dan. Mortal Kombat Mythologies was a spin-off series that died on the vine. Which character did you play as?
Yeah, Sub-Zero.
That's right. It sounds like you're a big fan.
And as soon as you said mythologies, I messaged Sub-Zero to Dan.
I know because Joe paid an extortionate amount for it, and it's a terrible game recently.
Shh, we don't talk about that.
It's a very difficult game as well. Okay, question number 3 for Mike and Ravi. On the cabinet and the title screen, which letter is reversed in the original Tetris? In the logo.
The R.
Yeah.
That's right. It is
Well
R.
done.
Well done.
Copy in Toys R Us.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Question number 4 for Joe and Dan. Name the sequel to Arkanoid Revenge of Doe. Revenge of Doe.
Oh, no, I don't know. Pass.
Arkanoid 2.
Yeah, I was going to say Arkanoid.
Always a good guess.
Okay, yeah, no, yes, it's a good guess, but no, it's not right. I'm afraid I'll pass it over to Mike and Ravi.
I want to give them an extra clue. It's
Go on,
a
then.
terrible pun.
I love the title of this game.
It is a good title, but it's a terrible pun.
So yeah, I passed it over.
Arkanoid 2. Arkanoid 3?
I just said that.
He said two.
Oh, he's gone for 3.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
yeah. No, I'm afraid the answer was Arkanoid. Do it again.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, that's good.
That's why it didn't do well.
Yeah.
Don't buy it.
Question number 5 for Mike and Ravi. Revolution X is a gun game developed by Midway and released in arcades in 1994. It is themed around which band? Musical band.
Jeez.
Yeah, Revolution X.
Would you say that? Is it
Come on,
rock
music
band?
boy.
It's definitely a rock band, yes.
Stop giving them clues.
Dear.
Well, I wonder if they get it this way.
Whitesnake?
Oh, Whitesnake. No, that's the wrong answer.
Go on,
I'll
Jazz
pass
got it.
over.
Aerosmith.
That's right. Aerosmith.
Well done.
What a weird game.
That's mad, Aerosmith in a game. Yeah.
I know, right? They're plastered all over it. It's very strange.
Brian May on Rise of the Robots.
I think it's about as good as Rise of the Robots.
Yeah, true.
That's impossible, clearly.
Yeah.
No, it's actually better.
Warren Davis from Cuba wrote that game, but he doesn't like to talk about it.
On to question number 6 for Joe and Dan. You play as Chuck Rock in the original game, but who do you play as in Chuck Rock 2?
Son of Chuck.
That is correct.
Yes,
he is the
well
son of Chuck. On to question number 7 for Mike and Ravi. Which classic 1981 arcade game has the same name as a play by William Shakespeare?
Tempest?
That's the right answer.
Well done.
Well done.
Finally, a
I
bit
studied
of culture.
theatre.
Well done.
Don't get much culture on this podcast normally.
Yeah, wow. Only 3 questions to go for the whole quiz. Number 8 for Joe and Dan. What body part does the main recurring boss in the Super Smash Bros. Series resemble?
A hand.
That's the right answer.
You don't want to know my answer.
Well, hang on.
Oh dear, that's the X-rated version of the game. Question number 9 for Mike and Ravi. Mr. Do is an arcade game from 1982. A type of fruit can be collected to complete levels. Are these cherries or strawberries?
Mike says cherry.
That
Well
is
done.
correct.
Hey.
Well done.
I was like, if they get that wrong, then we should be able to get that right, surely.
Luckily,
50-50, yeah.
he didn't lose his cherry.
Not like we
The
need
last
the
2
points
questions.
anyway, just saying.
Yeah, the last 2 questions are 50-50, basically. This is the final question of the quiz. Number 10 for Joe and Dan. Mega Man originates from Japan, where it's known as Rockman. This is because the series has references to music. True or false?
Go on, get it wrong. Get it wrong. Get it wrong.
That's false.
Is wrong, so we can pass that one over.
Go on, guys, have a guess.
Over.
What do you think, Ollie?
Yeah, Mike and
Mike.
Ravi.
Yeah, true.
Take your time.
It is true.
Amazing job. Well done.
There's lots of references to music, including the fact that his sister is called Roll.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay.
And then
brilliant.
in Mega Man 8, the bad guy's called Bass, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay. Should have got it though.
Should have got it.
Okay.
No, I
However,
wanted to give it to them.
Yeah.
How generous.
Sympathy
how generous.
point.
Petty point.
Okay, so at the end of this year's Retro App quiz, the Mushroom Cup goes to Ravi and Mike on 34,
Shocker.
but the special cup goes to Dan and Joe on 44. Well done!
Thank you, Mike, for joining me. And, we've had a gap.
I would like to point out that if it wasn't for the incredible performance on the single word campaign round, where Dan's clue was people and they managed to get the sim,
10 points
it
to
would
go
have
out
been
of
a
that.
lot. It would have been a lot closer.
10 points to go out of that one.
Absolutely, yeah. I would just like to say thank you very much for having us both back on
thanks so
the
much.
quiz. I don't know whether we're allowed to be somehow behind or in front of the mic next year, but it's always a pleasure, and it's great to see how well the podcast
I'll always come
is
back.
doing.
Yeah, I think we need to somehow break up this Joe and Dan dominance.
Yeah.
I thought the questions were great. I love the Only Connect round as well. That was really smart.
Well, maybe that can come back as well. So, yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. Can I also say, well done for putting Nottingham on the gaming map through the Retro Hour. Very proud. As someone who writes the Nottingham Post Games column for 20 years, you make us all very proud being local boys. So really appreciate it. And Ravi, I believe you're bringing screenplay back as well, aren't you?
Yes. I'm working on a video game festival and like little events with Paul Drury, so we'll have some more info on that.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get
He's a
Mike
good
and
guy.
Dan and Joe to be involved. That would be
Get
great.
the plugs in, boys.
Okay.
Yeah, listen,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very
Merry
much,
Christmas,
Paul and
everyone.
Ollie. Yeah, we really enjoy having you on. It's definitely a Christmas tradition, catching up with you guys. So commiserations, Ravi. I know you've got a plan already for next year, I can tell.
I'm just keeping tradition.
Yeah.
I'm maintaining it.
And can we just take a moment as well to say a very Merry Christmas and a big thank you to our lovely listeners as well, as this is our final podcast of 2022. What a year it's been. So from all of us, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.
It's Christmas up.